Guys, May 2025 is officially in the books, and what a roller coaster of a month it's been. I saw nice highs, incredible lows, but I'm glad that I'm finishing up this month a bit over $10,000 in net profits on the month. So, without further ado, let's jump into Trader View and just unpack this month real quick. So guys, within Trader View, that's my result for the month of May. I've selected the net result, not the gross. When I go over my stats, I will show you how much I made in gross profit, how much I paid in commissions, which was super high, the highest ever, in fact, I've ever paid to interactive brokers in commissions in a month. But that's my net profit, guys, which is $10,366 on the month of May. So, and coming back to when I mentioned earlier in this video that this month has been a roller coaster, this is what I mean, guys. I mean, I start off that week two with a nice green day, followed it up with my best green day of the year at that point, and then the next day I give it all back with a monster red day. But I was able to bounce back, guys, again with a better green day in that second week. And that just speaks about the opportunity that we had this month, which were immense. I mean, there was so much moving with great range. I mean, the movements in the price were literally, even if you were long or short, I mean, you could have made decent money this month, and which a lot of traders did. And then week three was still like smooth sailing. I mean, no complaints. I didn't have any major red flags that particular week. And then this week four, I made a video about this that I was on track at this point to the 22nd of May. I was on track to have another record week, pound for pound, with week three. But on that last day, on Friday of this week four, I gave it all back. My emotions got the best of me. I was read about $1,100 at market open, and I just became impatient. I felt I was running out of time to pretty much recover my loss, and I took some really bad trades on ticker QBTS, which I've obviously elaborated on that particular video. I'll put a link in the description if you guys want to see that. And I ended up finishing the day red. I finished up the week red as well. So I came into this last week, just wanted to be cautious, wanted to finish strong, and I was pretty happy. And it was a short week because of Memorial Day. Last week of the month, I didn't want to take any major risk. I just wanted to be as smooth as possible and just wanted to leave every day with my mental capital intact. And with that goal in mind, I did pretty well on 27th. It was Tuesday, did pretty well. And guys, this next day here, obviously you see this as my lowest, pretty much my lowest green day on the month, but this day has been the most profound day in so many ways, and I will literally show you in a bit. But this day has been the most eventful day, not of the year, but in my trading career of 22 months at this point. And I'll show you why. Let me go in here. Yep, I reached my biggest red day of the year with a loss of $6,000 on a single ticker, guys. I started the day off pretty nice. I mean, at 6:55, 7 a.m., I am sitting nicely green on the day, $620. I was like, you know what? This is a good start to the day. And half an hour later, guys, I had given up my entire month of May on one single trade. I wasn't overconfident, but I definitely was reckless, and I had the worst trades on this ticker SPRO. Let me just open this real quick. So it's a biotech stock, and it came out with news. Let me scroll down here. Let me just enlarge this a bit. That's a 1 minute chart that you guys see. So 7 a.m. here, the news comes out. They had some positive news on it. I think it was a clinical trial. And this one goes up. So it was about 70 cents when the news hit at 7 a.m. It goes up. And I thought on this pullback that it was really done with its move for now. So I obviously went in pretty heavy at the start with a lot of shares because I traded 14,000 shares. That's a round trip. So 7,000 short and 7,000 to cover. But this stock showed immense strength, guys. I mean, I averaged up like I always do when a position is going against me, and which was the worst thing to do. Okay, I obviously there's one thing to take a bad starter position. The only thing worse is to add to it, and that's exactly what I did. This thing showed a little red candle there with some weakness, but it was just profit taking, I'm guessing. Buyer stepped in again, and this thing was just ripping. I was in very early, too heavy with 7,000 shares, and at this point, I didn't know how high it's going to go. I cut my loss here. Obviously, it went higher. But at this point here, guys, I was down $6,500 on this particular stock and close to $6,000 on the day, giving up everything I had made in the month of May, which was a very decent month for me. So at that point, guys, I'm pretty much, I'm not saying I'd given up, but I knew that I'd given my month away. It was Wednesday, so I literally had 2 more trading days left and whatever the remainder of that particular day. And I'm so glad, guys, that there were opportunities for me to bounce back. I mean, these two trades, AMOD, two very nice trades, short trades. It was a pop. I hit it and I covered real quick twice on that particular stock. Abercrombie and Fitch, they came out with earnings that day. I let it move. It made a really nice move up, and I felt that at the open, we could see some profit taking. That's exactly what happened, and I made some money there as well. And just guys, I just kept taking small stabs. To be honest, I was not thinking about recovery because I have never come back from a $6,000 loss in the same day. Previously, for example, at the end of February, I took a $4,500 loss. It took me a month to recover that. I swear it did. So I've never had that reference point or any history of bouncing back from such a deep red day, but beyond grateful for the opportunities and to even literally finish this day. I paid heavy commissions, $625 just on that day, traded 120,000 shares in total on one day, guys. But for me, seeing the lowest of my lows that day and bouncing back was just an experience on its own. And I'm a positive guy. I mean, I like to see the better side of things. So this day obviously showed me that I'm capable of actually having a nice green day as well. I mean, it's not that I always have to dig a hole first and dig myself out of it. I can just take some nice trades and finish up green. I mean, and that's exactly what happened on the 29th. I never went red, thankfully, that day. It was just small, steady steps because my mental capital on the previous day was exhausted. So this day, I just wanted to finish green decently. And I think if I go here, there you go. So that's 29th of May. Took some really good trades, never got into a Hail Mary situation that day, and I ended up with my best green day ever. Super grateful, guys. And with that, let's go and view my stats on the month. So that's May 2025. Let me just select the gross results here. Yep. So that's gross results for the month of May 2025. $13,300 in gross profit. Commissions were $3,000, guys. I traded some cheap penny stocks and I sized up on it, didn't make any money. And in some cases, I lost money as well. And that contributed to my commissions in the month, which was super high. I want to obviously look at this number here, the average daily volume, guys. So in the month of March, I was trading about 8,000 shares per day. In April, it went lower to 6,000. And the month of May, because there were opportunities, I stepped up to the plate again, taking a lot of size on my trades, and 27, almost 28,000 shares per day is what I was trading. The win rate, 88%, no complaints whatsoever. Profit factor was a bit obviously lower this month. It was about 3.3 last month and it dropped to 1.78. My other stats are nothing to write home about. My largest gain, 1757, and that's that monster loss on ticker SPRO, guys. And what's even worse is my average hold time on a losing trade. And I know two tickers contributed to it. One obviously is ticker QBTS, where I sat on a losing trade because it was in a choppy movement, sideways consolidation for an hour. And I sat an hour with a losing position, just looking at every little tick on the 1 minute chart. And that was painful, to be honest. And that's what contributed to that really stark difference between my average hold time for a winning trade as opposed to a losing trade. And this month, guys, to be honest, not this month, in general, guys, handling emotions while trading has been the toughest part of me in my entire trading journey. All my biggest losses have been due to lack of self discipline, especially when I'm faced with a losing trade. I completely go off on a tangent. I start revenge trading. I start hitting my hotkeys like a complete lunatic, and I've taken some decent sized losses. And earlier, I always really beat myself up of having such days where I spiral into a bigger loss. But recently, you know what, I do get mad in the moment, but overall, I've just started to handle myself with a bit more patience and a pinch of grace because I'm in this journey on my own. I mean, the decisions that I make, the hotkeys I hit when I'm taking a trade is all mine. It's my decision, it's my consequences, whatever comes out of it, good or bad. And and I have to be a bit optimistic and put things in perspective because look at this. Let me just go back to my calendar view. So that's May. So obviously you've seen my, let me just put that to net. So that's my net result, guys. Again, $10,366. I'll show you what happened exactly a year ago. I finished the month red $12,000, guys, 1 year ago because of this spiral. I went from a $600 loss and spiraled my way to a $15,000 loss in 1 day. And I know that, guys, and that's what I mean when I say that handling my emotions has been the toughest part of the journey for me because whatever money I've lost in trading, I've seen some really big losses. And all that money has been my savings from years and years of hard work. And seeing it evaporate so quickly, it just brings out the worst in me sometimes. And I've paid the price for it. And so, right now, and even moving forward, I know that I'm going to get triggered. It's just how trading is sometimes. Your emotions play a big part in it. And my goal right now is to not avoid the trigger itself, but to lessen the magnitude of the losses that happen when I get triggered. And to that end, I have made some slow and painful progress, but it's progress nonetheless. I mean, I have to look at the bright side. I went from whatever a $600 loss to a $15,000 loss exactly a year ago. And this year, I went from a $600 green day to a $6,000 red day, but I was able to recover. And I'm going to take that as a positive that I am capable of achieving even a $6,000 green day. So there you have it, folks. That's my month of May. I hope the momentum continues in June with all these super opportunities. We'll see what the market has to offer. Until my next video, guys,